Hello, friend.
Oh my goodness.
How are you?
Okay.
I'm good. I'm loving the hair. I love the color.
I'm good.
So beautiful.
How are you?
Girl, so what's been going on since we last spoke? I know you
cute.
just came out with Savage EP. Appreciate Me is doing numbers. You just released a new single, Don't Run, which is child. And you also just launched the visual as well. So tell me what's been going on within the past couple of months.
You.
Like, okay.
Things have been going really, really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. So, I did just drop my newest single, Don't Run, with K.1, artist from Detroit. And yeah, that's really what's been new. I did the video, dropped the visual, and
so
now I'm
talk about this upcoming project that you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my upcoming project, I'm planning to drop it at the top of the year.
Yeah.
Calling it The Story Is Not Over. Last time we talked about my project, but it wasn't quite ready, and I didn't want to give you guys the name yet, but that's the name. It's called The Story Is Not Over, and it's just talking about my life and like what I went through with postpartum after having my daughter, life after my daughter, and falling in love and being happy and just the good side of things. So the project is going to go from I went through what I went through,
and now
everything.
Love to hear. Now,
good,
why specifically that title?
So when I was going through my postpartum after I had my daughter, I ended up saying, okay, this is not it for me. This story is not over, because I was very like depressed and wanted to actually give up on music and doing sorry, my daughter. And doing music. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I know this is not the end for me.
Okay.
And then I got it tatted on me, basically saying the story's not over. So yeah.
Now, as far as like, you described Aaliyah being a significant influence on your music and your style. Can you tell us a little bit more about how she inspired your artistic journey?
I don't. Yeah. It's a funny story. I wasn't even born yet when Aaliyah was, blessed this earth, this crazy world. But I just happened to see her on YouTube, and I liked how she carried herself, her grace, like the way she moved, the way she sung her lyrics, the softness. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness. So I took on to her style and tried to make it my own a little bit. But I really loved how she carried herself and how she sung, and just everything about her was just beautiful. So I was like, okay, what way can I, take from her but still be myself? Yeah, I feel like as far as like how we sing and how we come, approach a record,
and that's
that's how
so funny
she kind of
like you
inspired.
Said you weren't even born yet, but like you're inspired by Leah, and like just like but like seeing how she was like from when I was growing up, and then like to her demise of like her passing, and it's like the fact that she's still an influence to like the younger generation. It's such a beautiful thing. Now I want to get into Don't Run, the latest single. Talk about now what was the inspiration behind that?
So that's a real story. Like, I was literally going through I like someone and they're basically running because of past trauma. I was like basically trying to like get through in the song, do not run from, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not like the other girls in your past. I'm really here to just really love on you. So that song really, like, when I first recorded it, I was like in tears. I'm like, oh my goodness. This really like embodied what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. And I feel like now things are going a little bit better because they see like, okay,
so this
my
person
intentions,
they know about the song.
intentions.
What was their reaction? Ooh.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Okay.
They actually know the lyrics.
We like, but how did they like first receive the record when they heard it?
But yeah,
they were like, wait, hold on.
They was like, yeah, they looked at me like, who is this about? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I don't know. At first I was like, no, it's not about you. Don't worry about it. But then I finally was like, It's about you. So they was like, oh, okay, all right, I like the song, and I know you're talking about me, so.
And that's like
that's kind of the reaction.
Like it's good that you're able to literally put that into like your feelings into a song, actually like having to say it back to the person, but for them to actually like understand it, like, okay, all right, so you're not gonna play about me, you're not gonna play no games.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I feel like that's. I feel like
now let's talk about.
They got the gist of it.
Appreciate Me, 3.5 million straight.
I know, like, and with no push, no nothing. Like, I don't even know how that happened, honestly.
That's okay. It's okay.
Mommy. No, thank you. Mommy, you don't want it? I'm sorry. No, can you go watch the show?
So sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes, mommy. Thank you. She's so funny. But yeah, I didn't push that at all. The song, anything. So I can't even tell you how it happened. Yeah.
Now, does your daughter, does she understand like the fact that her mom is a singer? Like, does she get that, like, you go into the studio and stuff like that? Mm-hmm.
So she knows. I think she knows that I sing, because when my song comes on, she'd be like, "Oh, that's mommy," and I'd be like, "Okay." And she knows Savage. She doesn't say the bad words, of course, but she knows, like, she'll sing so Savage. And it's like so cute, and I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, so she knows this is mommy. That's mommy's song.
That's so cute. Now, would you ever have her like on like a song?
Yeah,
that would be so
I thought about putting her at the front of a record on my project, actually.
So now your upcoming EP,
she likes to sing.
You did mention it goes up to your life before and after giving birth to your daughter. Just could you give a little more like about the themes and experiences that you explore in this project and what it means to you personally?
So, like, are you saying
like as far as like what do you mean? Talked about how it's about how your life was before and after you had your daughter, just like with postpartum. Mm-hmm. But as far as like any other themes outside of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So beyond my daughter, okay. So I'm talking about like love, and even like when I had those bad thoughts. Mm-hmm. I would say like mental health is very important. So I'm talking about that too. But I would say the other side of talking about postpartum and life after my daughter, I'm talking about, like, I guess finding love again, like falling out of love, falling in love. So the bright side of that, and just finding myself, loving myself with no makeup, with no wig on. Like, those days where you're just not, you're not looking your best, but you still love yourself.
Okay. Do we have an official date?
So that's the things I'm talking about too on there. Self-love. I'm pushing for January, but if not, the end of January. So the beginning of January is what I'm pushing for, but if not,
more about like heartbreak songs, or do you enjoy singing about like more like love songs? Like, what do you?
I'm more so getting out of singing about lots of heartbreak songs. I feel like I'm not in that space anymore. And the season that we're into, like, everybody's like, I feel like, in love. I don't know. I feel like love is in the air. Yeah. So I'm more of I want to sing about love, and not all the time everything has to be about love. I want to like expand my writing. What
can your fans or new listeners expect from your upcoming EP? I mean, as far as like, is there any specific tracks that you're particularly excited about?
Excited about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do have a few features that I'm excited about on the project. I can give you guys one. His name is Asaka, the Renegade.
Okay.
He's an artist from Detroit too. I'm super excited about that song. I think that's like one of my favorites.
What's that song about?
That song is basically, now that song is like basically knowing your worth. If
Ooh.
you don't know how to love me, then go find a girl that's basic,
Ooh.
okay?
Say it again, say it again, say it again, please.
Yep, that's literally what the song is about. If you want a basic girl, go have her. But me, I know my worth, and you're never gonna find another me. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now how do you try not to fall into certain trends when it comes to music?
Well, I would say it's not really hard not to, because some of the stuff we hear now, it's like the music has kind of took a little turn. I don't know what today's music is. Like, some of it is good, some of it's not. But I feel like R&B is in good hands now. But
Absolutely.
as far as like trends or anything, I don't feel like I fall too easily into those. I feel like I be like, okay, nah, those, I don't know, stuff that's trendy now is not really appealing to me, as I should say.
Okay. Like what would you say is an appealing as far as like what's a trend, the current trend?
Like the current trend, they're like mumble. You can't really understand what they're saying, like the mumble rap sing type thing. Like some of it is good, don't get me wrong, but not all of it. Not all of it. I try to steer away from that. Like, I really want to make sure you hear what I'm saying, because some of these songs, I'd be like, what did they say? Wait, I missed that. No. But it just sounds good, I guess. Anybody can make a song, literally.
All right. As a songwriter, how do you balance your career, personal life, motherhood, especially you coming out with a new EP next year? How do you make time and how do you balance all of that?
Well, I can't even tell you how I balance it. I just know that I have a great village. I really do. I have a awesome village. So, like my mom, my grandmothers, they step in when I have to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get off work, then I take over. And I feel like that's really how I balance everything, my village, literally.
Shout out to your village, man, because it's just like if you don't have a village.
Yeah, it's tough. So I get when people are like, I don't have anyone to help with my kids. So I do see myself as fortunate, and I don't take that for granted, because not everybody has that.
Mm-hmm. What's a legacy that you hope to leave behind when it comes to your music?
Well, I just hope to leave behind like timeless music. I guess music that people can listen to forever, that stays with them. That, okay, that helped me get through this, that, and the third. Like, I don't know. I just want my music to be timeless. I guess she has timeless music. That's what I want people to say about me.
Okay.
And she has a sweet spirit. That's all.
That last part, I'm sorry.
And she has a sweet spirit. That's all. That's all I want.
What are some things that within the last 6 months or also writing this new project that you've learned about yourself?
I've learned, let's go with something new. I already know I'm emotional, but I've learned my strength. Like, I'm actually very strong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stronger than what I used to think I was. I learned that about myself. I went through some pretty, like, okay, that should have broke you, but it did. Yeah.
And how did you allow it to not break you?
Prayer. I'm really like, I'm a Christian. I'm really for God. Like, I pray, I talk to him, and he brought me through a lot. I just kept praying, literally. I kept praying. And my daughter looking at her like, okay, can't give up.
Okay.
It's not just me anymore. She's dependent on me. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's get into the visual for Don't. Now, what inspired that? Because it was giving a lot of like Oshun and just like goddess, and just talk about that.
I'm glad you got that vibe. Like, I got the vibe, because her verse, when she did her record, by the way, she did that right in the studio. It was like right then and there. I was like, oh my goodness, she's amazing. But she said in her lyrics, too solid for the norm, prop me up like a mantle. So I got like queen vibe. She know her worth. Like, look, I'm telling you that I'm all for you. Don't run from me, but still realize that I'm that girl. Basically, I'm a queen. I can have anybody I want, but I want you. So I got the vibe of queen energy, and I wanted to give off women empowerment. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let's just do something goddess like Egyptian princesses or something. And my stylist, Mercedes D, came up with that. So she did really good.
It came out really well. Like I love the visual of this song. I loved everything about it.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, how do you continue to grow and evolve as an
artist? I think I continue to grow because I'm always trying to see what I can do better. I'm always like trying to be a student to the game, not thinking I know everything, using my resources, networking. I think that's how I keep evolving and growing, because I'm constantly trying to learn how I can get better, you know, with my vocals, doing a vocal coach, all that stuff. Like maybe connecting with writers, not just writing from my perspective, but writing from somebody else's. Like that's how I think I keep evolving. Just, you know, student.
Yeah. And also being open to like talk about like other different scenarios you wouldn't really talk.
Yeah.
Now, what are your long
Say it again.
What are some long-term goals that you have for your career?
Hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, I am on tour. Headlining my own tour, you know, having my own merch, my own clothing line. That's a goal. I want to like really tap into clothing. Love fashion. I used to change in and out of clothes all the time. So that's a goal. I want to have my own clothing line, and I want to have a clothing line for my daughter. So I think that'd be really dope to have people in my own, you know, wearing Zaire Danae, whatever I call it. It's not called that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's I mean, that's gonna go. So
yeah.
And how do you foresee the music industry? Do you think it's still gonna continue with this whole like mumble, cursive R&B, or like?
No, I don't think it will. I think the people that are coming out now, Tyla, we have Chloe, we have Summer Walker. I feel like we're in good hands. We have pretty good people. We got Jasmine Sullivan, Yeba. I think we're in good hands now. Like it's better. Thank you. Thank you. It's getting really good. So I have faith. I have faith in us.
Yeah. And if there's one particular era of R&B that you can like be in for the rest of your life, what R&B era would you be in?
What R&B era?
Yeah.
What era was Brandy in? The 90s.
Yeah. Well, no, it depends. It could be 90s or it could be early 2000s.
Right. That's why I was like, what era? Because she really was like, I remember some Brandy. People are like, what you know about her? You're only 20. But I love Brandy, so that's the era I would want to be in for sure.
90s, okay. So yeah, like 90s with the Jodeci, the SWV.
Jodeci, oh my goodness, I love Jodeci. My parents really had us listening to old school music, so we know a lot. We know a few.
See, this is how you know you're raised right, when your parents have you listen to like the old school stuff. Like,
yeah.
Even if it's not like the 90s, like the Aretha Franklin, that's how you know, okay.
Oh yeah.
So many young mothers, they do look up to you as a source of inspiration. What advice or would you have for any young mothers who are overwhelmed by the challenges of balancing motherhood and pursuing your career?
The advice I would have for them is, as long as you're doing something, you're not going to fail. Like, try to, even if it's just creating content at home, do something like that. Like when I'm here and I feel like, okay, I have a pretty chill day today, I will literally like make some content for Ava or make some content for me. Like, just make sure you're doing something so that you won't, to get you closer to your goals.
Yeah.
I should say. But that's really all I can say is make sure you're constantly moving and don't give up and keep praying.
Okay. How do you let go of doubt?
I don't know, because that's hard for me too. Because sometimes I don't let go of doubt until I actually see it. Like, and that's where I have to start exercising my faith way more than I do. I will attest to that. But sometimes I don't let go of the doubt until I say, okay, it worked. It came out good. I have to see it after.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
like you gotta panic first,
Yeah.
and then you're.
Yeah, so I'm human. I still do that. Like, but I'm trying to get out of that. I really am. I guess I don't know how I calm it down. I really don't. I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, because you I mean, you present yourself so well, so it's like you could never tell that. Even if you are doubtful of what you were doing, we could never tell.
Yeah. See, I wanna broadcast more of like I don't have it always figured out. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna thank you for that. Probably need to be a little bit more relatable.
Yeah, I mean, like even if there's like sometimes like content of like if you're frustrated with something and it's like it's something like a video of you like trying to write or something and just like show like like that side of yourself.
Yeah,
people can't relate.
Let me see this. Come here. Come sit here. Thank you. Because you just want to sit next. Come on.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, Pretty.
Say hi.
Now, what has been the scariest part of this journey?
The not knowing how long, like, where everything I'm doing, will it work? And when will it work? But that's really what I would have to say, is the not knowing when or how I'm going to do it. Because some days I'm like, okay, I'm a little tired. I'm over it. Some days I do feel like, okay, this is getting to be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just, just talking to yourself and getting yourself out of there,
Yeah. Yeah. And my mama tell me, don't give up. You didn't came too far now. No.
And also prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, definitely make sure you check out Zaire Danae's. Her upcoming EP is coming out next year in January. We don't have an official date. Story's not over. But in the meantime, check out her current single, Don't Run, and the visuals out on all DSPs. Anything you wanted to leave the people with?
Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting. I love you all. And stay tuned for my newest project, 2024.
Where they can follow you on all social media, YouTube.
Follow me on all platforms as Zaire Danae. Literally the same way, every platform.
Yes, okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on again and just giving us a little update, showing us your beautiful daughter. Hi.
Say hi.
She's like, I don't know that lady.
Hi.
Well, you have a great night. And guys, please make sure you support artists. If they put a lot of time in, they put a lot of energy and a lot of money. It does not come free. So please make sure you support. And also in the meantime, check out her EP Savage out on all the ESPs. So that's it.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, honey. All right. So I hope next time we talk to you, we'll talk about this new EP.
Yes. Be safe.
You too. Bye.
Bye.